ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Sus!
Games play best on Xbox One.
Welcome back, everybody. We just watched that Battlefield 5 awesomeness. Razor's joining me, and I've got Daniel here, the design director of DICE. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent. I'm ready. I got like a whole slew of questions about Battlefield 5. And this has been hype all the way through.
Yes.
How are you handling it?
I think we're handling it pretty good. The one thing we're not handling as Swedes is the heat of LA.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yes,
sure.
It's very warm, but we'll manage.
As a big guy, I feel that. Like I'm a sweater. So
Yeah?
I gotta get repowdered a lot.
Okay.
Because I sweat.
Good to know.
So, what is the first thing you want to tell people about Battlefield 5?
I mean, I think one of the really big things that we're doing is that we're removing premium, for example. And that's a big thing for us. It's a big thing for the community. So no more segmentation of the community, basically. And we're talking about this game, and we're saying that like it is a squad game and it's a team-plays game. So if we're saying that that's true, you never want to be in the type of situation where you go like, hey, let's go play this map, and someone in your squad goes like, oh, I can't because I don't have that DLC.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So the removal of premium and saying that like, hey, with the introduction of Tides of War, we'll take you on a journey through World War II. Everyone gets to go on that journey together with your squad and with your team.
Excellent to hear, man.
I mean, two big things about Battlefield. We have the story, we have the PvP. I'm a big PvP fan, so
yes.
Can we talk about that first?
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
all right
we can
with
talk about that. It's
Excellent.
Fine.
I'm so excited for what you're bringing into the PvP this time. Some basic changes just in what players can physically do as any character. Prone's back, you can shoot prone, you can backpedal in prone.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the community and what they were asking for coming into Battlefield 5.
Well, I mean, the one thing we've done here is like we've not just for how we handle prone movement, but in just extending the utility that the soldier has in every sort of way. I mean, this time around you'll be able to, as you said, throw yourself to the side or throw yourself in your back, or when you're on your back, you can actually backpedal and shoot at the same time. You'll be able to pick up grenades from the ground and throw them back at the enemy. You'll be able to, if you're skilled, you'll be able to shoot grenades out of the sky as they're coming at you.
Very cool.
You'll be able to, now you don't have to stop it anymore when you come up to a window and break it and then jump through. You can just dash straight through it, and you're going to do a cool combat roll as you go through. So we really expanded upon the movement set. We're adding another tactical movement set, meaning that you can actually sprint while in crouch. So you can move quickly behind half-height cover, and you can also dash between covers, but while keeping a more tactical, smaller profile as well. So we're adding a whole array of new abilities for you to be able to have more choice in every second, in the second-to-second gameplay, basically.
That's phenomenal. And you talked a little bit about breaking windows, how we can destroy things, destructible environments, Battlefield, classic feature. What are we going to be able to blow up?
Yeah, I mean, so this is one of the staples of the franchise, and I mean, like we have the same extensive destruction system that we've had in the series since Bad Company 2, but this time around is significantly more dynamic, and the destruction is applied differently every time. So, for example, if you drive into a building, you're going to see different parts falling off, and we're actually going to have parts lingering on the house that are then, after destruction has been caused, can then collapse under its own weight later on.
Or when somebody else walks by it?
Exactly. So if you get that, like, it drops on your head, you're a goner.
Whoa, I didn't know that either. That's very cool.
No, but I think one of the most important things that we're talking about here is the fortification system, which we saw really briefly here in the video. It's a thing for us to actually marry the destruction system with a new system. So this is a big addition to the multiplayer sandbox, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it gives you the ability to. Every single soldier has a toolbox that they can take out. In Battlefield 1, you had a gas mask. In this game, you have the toolbox. So if you bring out the toolbox, you'll be able to build sandbags, barbed wire, tank stoppers, trenches, foxholes with machine guns, stationary weaponry. It's just, you can board up windows in houses, and if someone wrecks a house down, you can actually bring back some of the house structures by using rubble or setting up sandbags. You can basically shape and reshape the battlefield as you play. So this is a huge addition.
That's really cool. This is a very big addition.
That's genius.
Yeah. That is a gameplay changer, actually. So yeah, it's great.
Now I can't take any of the credit for this because I wanted to ask someone who was smarter than me about this. Shout out to Sacro. But what he asked me, he said, what made you return to a more realistic style, like the limited health regen, 3D spotting, and that kind of stuff? No 3D spotting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it is something that we think introduces more depth in the core gameplay. And we want our players to really stick with Battlefield for a long time. We want them to stay with us as we introduce new content into Tides of War, and to do that, we really wanted to basically add more depth to the game. And by doing this, we also introduce more team play in that sense, because you're now when you're say that you're dashing towards an objective and you take cover behind a rock, and in previous installments you could actually just sit there for a little bit of time. You would regen back to maximum health,
right,
and you always had like a whole ton of ammo with you, so that was never really a problem. So your tactics didn't actually change. You didn't have to adapt. You would still be like, I was rushing A and I'm still going to be rushing A.
Right, right.
But in Battlefield 5, it's actually changed in that sense, because now, on your way to that point, you may have been in an engagement, you may have taken out a couple of enemies, they've been shooting you, and now you're sitting behind that same rock and you go like, my health is not at max anymore, I won't regen fully, and I'm running low on ammo, so what do? I can't actually charge A like I was planning to do, so I might have to flank. I might actually have to move over to another flag and build a resupply station, and then resupply there, or look to my teammates for health, or look to my teammates for ammo, or maybe dash into the battlefield and loot those corpses that I just killed for ammo, which is also a new feature in the game. And
you had a question earlier about that.
Yeah, now you brought up squads now. I want to know about exactly how the squad interaction is going to work out. Do we still have an overall commander? How does that play?
So the squad leader has a significantly more important role in this game than in previous titles. So what we're doing is that if you're playing in a squad and you're executing what we say basically are squad actions or team play actions, that's been like reviving, giving health, giving ammo, and things like that, you will rack up some of them we're calling squad reinforcement points. Yeah. And what the squad leader can then do by getting these points is that that person can then deploy very, very powerful weapons on the battlefield. That could be, for example, what we're seeing in the demo today, like the V1 rocket, which is completely devastating and takes out all fortifications at a flag. Or you can also deploy really, really powerful vehicles like the Churchill Flamethrower tank or the Sturm Turbo Tiger that is in the build here at EA Play. And what those vehicles are is that they're actually specific vehicles that are only available to you and your squad because you're the one who called them in. So no one else can jump in and steal them from you.
Oh, how refreshing.
Yes, very refreshing.
Oh, that's nice.
A vehicle they can't take. How nice.
Yeah, that's very nice, very nice. So what that also does, they're always angled and set up to be handling for a full squad. So your full squad goes into that vehicle, and they're super powerful, and those are the things that you can really use to turn the tide of a battle if you're doing battle. When those things comes in, and you see one of those things, and you are not equipped as an assault, or you're not in a vehicle yourself, you should pretty much just leave, because they're very, very powerful and they're very scary.
Excellent, excellent. What kind of modes can we look forward to? So
at launch, we're going to be seeing a whole flurry of modes. Actually, I think the Grand Operations is the big one, and that's the successor of the very popular mode Operations from Battlefield 1. Okay. But we're changing the format a little bit, and you're actually playing over a series of in-game days, not calendar days, mind you.
Okay.
Yeah, some people think it's calendar days. It's actually. But
I got time. I got time for Battlefield.
Yeah, I know. So a day is approximately a representation of a game mode and a match, approximately 15 to 25 minutes. And throughout the operations, you go from day 1 to day 2 to day 3. If day 3 ends close or in a draw, you will go into day 4, which is a sudden death type of mode. The whole mode is played approximately around an hour long. In the first day, you're going to play the new Airborne game mode, which is all about the Paratrooper Fantasy, which you actually saw in the gameplay trailer that we released for EA Play, and it's also the one that is playable on the shore floor. Then you have the Breakthrough game mode, which is also available on the floor. And then the mode is actually modular in that sense that each day we can actually put whatever game mode we want in. So the next time you're going in through the Tides of War and the new operation becomes available, it might look different. It might be another game mode on day 1. It might be another game mode on day 2. So we can just switch that out on the fly, so we can keep the experiences fresh for all players.
Sounds great for esports.
Yes. I got to tell you, man, like as gamers, like just give us all the options, and it seems like you're really, really doing your damnedest to give us as many options as we possibly can.
It's a big game. I mean, we got multiplayer, we got single player, we got co-op, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff in this game. It's a big one.
Excellent, man. Well, thank you for showing it off. I appreciate it. Thank you for answering
Thank you for your
all the
time.
questions. Yet another game that we could sit here and ask questions for hours upon hours, but we got a schedule to keep to. So don't go away. We got more stuff coming to you right after this. Stick around.